Appreciate you taking time out of your days. Okay, so from my side, I'm an underwriter for an insurance company and we offer cyber insurance. So just today what I'll do is try and give you a little feel about how those policies are structured. Now these policies are still relatively new in the UK market. We've seen them sort of start off in the States where they have different data regulations. However, this is now becoming more prevalent in the UK. We're seeing more and more buyers of this insurance, and more and more people are actually budgeting for this now, whereas years ago this was really incidental to the business. So what does it cover? Well, we break it down into first party and third party. The first party is actually your costs, so the cost to you as a direct result of a virus or hacking incident. So actually remedying the issue, whether it was a virus, whether it's a hack, denial of service attack. The business interruption loss, so if you can't trade for a period of time, what's the impact on your business? You'll lose revenue, or it could be as simple as you've got additional costs with moving sites, personnel, paying overtime. Cyber theft, and this is where I'm seeing the majority of claims come from at the moment. Cyber theft is actually the area where we provide e-theft cover, so this can be telephone attacks, so the phone phreaking, taking over lines, diverting them to premium rate numbers. Still common, despite all that we do as an industry to try and educate people, but also some of the phishing scams that are coming through now. We're hearing about these almost every other day, where the MD's on holiday, the finance director gets an email supposedly from the MD saying we want to move X amount of money over to a bank account. People are becoming very clever. They'll look at the website, they'll understand who the key players are, they'll phone up reception, and if that person is on holiday, they know they've got an in. It's also covering invoice scams. So the accounts team, the credit control team, get a document that looks very legitimate that says, we've changed bank accounts this month. Doesn't matter what we all do as an industry in terms of patching software, doing updates, getting everything as it should be, operational error, the human factor, us, is where it can often go wrong. PR expenses and notification costs, these are the things that we're paying out in the event of a loss. So, if your system is down for a period of time, we might want to get something in the press to tell people. Actually, there's an incident, this is what we're doing to resolve it. I can tell you we use external specialists on this because we don't want the CEO, the chairman, going to press with his own view on however helpful that might be as to what's happened. We want professionals advising people every step of the way. The notification costs, particularly if there has been a breach of data, actually identifying who's been affected and actually notifying them. In the UK, we don't have compulsory notification laws. In the States, they have them. And I'm sure you're all aware, in the next year or two, we're going to have them in the UK. So moving to the third-party side, this is your liability to other people, your responsibility to others. Cyber media liability. It's like a libel and slander coverage for the things we say in the digital world. So this is as simple as tweets, Facebook and the like. Don't forget, we have a vicarious liability for all the staff we employ. Doesn't matter what education we put in, you can guarantee someone's going to go out and put something on Facebook at some stage that shouldn't be there. You'd be amazed at how quickly that gets around and what an impact that can have on the business. Privacy liability. This is actually your responsibility for individuals' data. And we know, obviously, personal data can be names, addresses, can be financial information, can be postcode. It's a combination of things where it actually identifies an individual. Breach of confidentiality, the same thing, but this is corporate information. So if you hold designs, plans, trade secrets, they have a value. You can be sued for letting those loose if your security is not up to scratch. Cyber security liability. transmission of virus in its simplest form. But this goes further than that. This is actually your responsibility for others, for protecting them and their networks if they outsource services to you. Breach of payment security liability. So think about PCI costs, where we commonly encounter those. So if you're transacting payments, you have a responsibility, you sign a contract that says you will pay back X amount, and this is commonly, if you lose financial details, it's the cost of replacing the card. It's okay if you lose one card and it's £3, £5 a card. Can you imagine losing a database where you hold thousands, if not millions, of card details? And regulatory actions. What do the regulators do in the event of you having this incident? Did you protect that data? Did you encrypt your devices? Think about the amount of data that people hold on laptops, smartphones. Sean, you mentioned bring your own devices, becoming more and more prevalent now. Data gets out to so many places that you can't control. If you're found liable as a company for not protecting that data, the regulators can come down on you. Now normally we see fines as not being insurable. It's against public interest. Now the ICO stood up advising a few years back and actually confirmed that they've got no problem with insurers paying fines, providing insurers are underwriting risk. So providing we don't provide the same product, the same limits to everyone, regardless of their internal controls, we are okay to provide that coverage. We do, and we do pay out on those. But some fines will obviously be uninsurable. The FCA, for instance, don't allow you to insure fines. Okay? Thanks, guys. I'm going to pass you over to Andy now. If you do have any questions after, though, we'll be hanging around, so please do come and find us.